Hello, beautiful people. It's your girl Jeannie, and it's Jeannie's signature. So, welcome you all to my channel. So, today's tutorial is going to be for kiddies. I saw this beautiful gown, and my client requested I made it for a 4 5 year old girl. So, if this is what you're interested in, please sit back, relax, and let's go over to it. Now, my client wanted her own to have a little bit of a shape, even though it's going to be an A-line gown. So, without wasting further ado, let's go over to cotton of the beautiful gown. So now I folded my fabric on the table. So I folded the fabric and I'll be cutting both the front and the back together at the same time. So that I was just trying to show you examples of the same styles in different fabrics. So the one, as you can see on the thumbnail, the A-line came from the chest area, but the A-line for this is going to be coming from the waist area. So this is exactly whatever your choice is. You can come from the chest area and you can come from the waist area, so far you get the A line that you want. So now I've cutting both the front and the back together. So for the back, I has a 1 inch zip allowance, and I'm making use of a scuba fabric, as you can see. So now dividing the little girl's shoulder measurement by 2, and then I'll be marking that, and then I'll add half an inch. This is going to be having a cap sleeve. I'm not going to be leaving it sleeveless. So I came down by the same shoulder width for armhole, and then I connected just to have a straight and even line, like so. So now just get a chest line. Don't mind me, chest. So you slope down a shoulder by half an inch, and then for the neck width, I'll be making use of 2.5 inches, and the neck depth, I'll make use of 1 inch for the back and then 3 inches for the front. So I'll just use my hand to connect that respectively, and then slant the shoulders. I used half an inch. So now the chest line, divide the chest line by 4, and then you add your sewing allowances. So right from there, I get the midpoint, and then I carve out my armhole, like so. So now, like I said, if you want to get your A-line from that part, you can go ahead and do that. And before folding this fabric, make sure you divide a biggest body part by 4, and then you add extra between 4 to 5 inches in order to get your A-line shape. So like I told you, I'll be using my A-line from the waist area. That's why I'm imputing my waist measurement. But if you don't want yours like this, you can just get your A-line from the chest area. So now I got my waist measurement, and then I will be slanting my A shape from the waistline, like so. So that's what I was just trying to explain. Like if you want it from the armhole or the chest area, you can do that. But my client wanted her own to have shape from the waist area. So cut out the neck depth for the back, and then I'll be cutting out the sides like so. So if you've watched up to this level, please kindly hit on the subscribe button, kindly like, kindly share, and kindly give this video a big thumbs up. Thank you. So if you feel like you're tired of making gowns, ball gowns for your children, you can go ahead and do this style. It's very unique and it's very beautiful. So I've cut out the neckline for the front, and I'm notching the zipper for the back. So I'll be slitting the back piece open. So I removed like about half an inch from the back and the waist in order to avoid bulginess of the zipper. Like I told you, I made use of a scooper fabric, 1 yard. So there we have it. So we have our front piece, and then we have our back pieces. So when you open it up, this is how it's going to be looking. So I'm just trying to indicate the back, the reverse side. So this is the back pieces. So for the neckline, you can use a bias, a matching colored bias. But I'll be using a fabric that I'll be using to do the bow at the front to turn the necklines, and then I'll be back to show you the next steps. And then I'll equally join it on the shoulders, and then I'll be back. So I've gone ahead to do that. So I used the fabric to do the neckline because I didn't have a red colored bias to do that. So, and it came out neat, and I've joined it on the shoulders, and I've even gone ahead to add my zipper at the back, as you can see. So we're just basically going to go about the beauty that we have at the lower part of the front, like so. So this is the fabric I'll be making use of. If you remember, I've made a tutorial with this fabric. So that was the mother of the child. So I'll be using this fabric. So this fabric is placed on fold, and then for the width I have about 8 inches or thereabout, or 9 inches. So depending on how bogus you want your bow to be, you can go ahead and do that. So that is the width on fold. And then for the length of that, I'll just cut out whatever I had, and then I'll be cutting out excesses. So for the length of the fabric, you can go ahead and sew it half an inch first before doing this, or when you're through, you can just lift this up about 2 inches from the M line, and then you go ahead and do what you want to do here. So you can see the way I'm arranging that. So you can make use of a ready-made thing like this, and then put your clothes in between, but I'll be making use of this. I just cut out this long fabric like this, like in form of a band, and then I'll be tying it in the middle like this. So I'll just tie it very well, make it very, very tight. And then this is how you'll be arranging it. Make sure the distance from the length from this side is the same as the length from this other side. So just hold it firmly, tighten it very well. You don't want that loosen, so just hold it very, very tight, just to give you that bow effect like it has. And then you push the excesses under the fabric like so, and then I'll be showing you how you're going to be concealing that. So the next thing for me to do now is to flip the back piece on this piece. Just arrange it very well, and then use my pins to hold this down. Use your pins to secure it very well. So the next thing to do is to go ahead and take out your sewing allowances, and then I'll be back. So I've gone ahead to do that, and it's secured properly. As you can see, this is what we have. And I've gone ahead to hem the M line, and then you can see the shape. So this is the shape the mother wanted. So in order to avoid that tightening that I did from showing in the front, or the bow from gaping, you need to use your hand needle to stitch down this. So make sure that that excess of that fabric, that red fabric that we tied the bow with, make sure it's in between the fabric like so, and then you're going to be using your thread and your needle to hold that in place. So make sure you always check to know that the red color is concealed with the African fabric like this, or any fabric of your choice. So that is what I'm doing now to hold it in place and make it very, very neat, as you can see. So you can see the way it looks. It's not very obvious again. So I'll cut out the excess and then tie the remaining very, very well. Tie it for about 4 or 5 times just to secure the rope or the thread. And so this is what we have. So you can see that it's not going to be visible again. So I'm going to be repeating the same thing on this side to conceal it as well. So let me do that off camera. So I'm gonna to do that. You can see the way it looks now. Even if you raise it up, it's not going to be gaping and there's nothing showing anyway. So this is the back view and then this is the front view. So now the next thing for me to do is to use this applique that I bought and then put it on the chest area. I'll be using my hemming gun, my glue gun, I beg your pardon, to gum this to the fabric. I'll place it like that and then gum, and then I'll be fixing a cap sleeve. I'll close that up place and then fix a cap sleeve to make it beautiful. So this is what we have. So you can see how the gown came out. It came out very beautiful. I couldn't get a picture of the girl wearing it, but I'll tell the mother to send it to me anytime from now. So thank you all and God bless you. So if you enjoyed watching this beautiful tutorial, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like, don't forget to share, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Thank you all to all my business subscribers. You all are so good to me. I really appreciate every one of you all over the world. So without wasting further time, this is Genie Signatures and I'll be signing out. So see you all on my next tutorial and God bless you plenty, plenty, plenty. Bye and God bless you. Thank you.